Thanks to Twitter, I think we've well documented last night. And do I have my phone with me? Hold on. I should have planned this a little bit better. But everyone was selfie crazy, I think, last night as well. Who took a selfie last night? Well, you took one with me. I'll deny it. So hold on, if you'll indulge me just for a moment. Lisa, can you turn down the stage lights just for a moment? Oh, there we go. Much better. One more. All right, thanks. Welcome, everyone. You really are the diehard. I was talking to the folks from Manage Back this morning, and they've developed a module that allows us to track attendance at the closing general session of the annual regional conference. And those of you who are here will receive a free cocktail at next year's annual regional conference. You've heard me say it individually if I've seen you in the halls. You've heard me say it during my opening session. But we're just so delighted that you decided to join us here in Washington, D.C. for the largest gathering of the IB community in our close to 46-year history. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the IB community. And I think about the reason we all come to work. I touched on it a little bit on Thursday night. And we come to work as IB staff members, all of us who you've heard from on this stage or in the halls, after a couple of cocktails, line dancing last night at the museum. We come to work because of the IB's mission statement. And the core of the mission statement is about bringing about a better world through education. And I reflect on the last few days, and it is clear to me that although our mission statement is aspirational, we've also accomplished it from what I've seen over the last few days, from the students we've heard from the incredible thought leaders we've heard from in our keynote sessions, the breakout sessions. We are, as an IB community, all of us together, creating a better world through education. So thank you. The last thing, before I do have some housekeeping things to say, is I want to encourage you. We are the largest gathering of the IB community with 1,778 approximately. Joke, right? Sort of a specific number. It's bad if you have to explain the joke because many of you were probably out too late last night. It's the largest gathering of the IB community. The Americas region represents 2,300 IB schools, 2,800 or so, I'm rounding up because it makes me feel bigger, 2,800 IB programs across the region. But there are nearly 5,000 IB programs around the world. So the fact that you've probably been inspired by meeting people across the region here at the conference, think about how you might engage other schools around the world through Skype or Google Hangouts, or engage students outside the region, outside your community, and take advantage of the fact that the Kool-Aid that you drank here is being drunk around the world at other IB schools outside the Americas. So reach out to your colleagues, your cohorts, or counterparts rather, in the IB community to really broaden your perspective and, most importantly, the perspective of your students. So again, thank you so much for what you're doing at your school to bring an IB education to as many kids as possible. And really, it's not about growth. It's about having an impact on students, and that's what you're having every day. You saw it here from the students you heard from. I know that you have students in your building that are just as special as the ones you've heard from over the last few days, and thank you for everything that you do. Now, it is my pleasure to sort of, before we hand things off to the final opening session, is to talk about the 2015 Annual Regional Conference. And I'm very excited about the location. It's probably the worst kept secret, but anyone who's asked me directly over the last 3 days, I've told you we haven't decided, and you'll just have to come to this session to find out. And I'm not going to even announce it. I'm going to allow a video to announce where we're going to be next year. So please roll the video.
As you know, to be a world-class city and one that people want to live in, you have to have world-class schools with a world-class education that prepare your children to make the most of the future. In Chicago, we are reinvigorating our neighborhood schools to give parents high-quality choices. including the largest international baccalaureate program in the nation. Currently, students in 36 schools participate in the challenging IB programs in Chicago. And we've just recently announced plans to expand the program further to create IB campuses throughout the city, between high schools and elementary schools in particular neighborhoods throughout the city. The district's IB schools currently serve more than 15,000 students, and once the campuses are fully complete, they'll reach nearly 16,500 students across the city by 2017. This expansion will grant additional children access to a proven educational model that expands their horizons and will help them become the great thinkers and leaders of tomorrow. We are honored as a city to be hosting the 2015 International Baccalaureate Annual Regional Conference. And folks, that's a mouthful. On behalf of the City of Chicago, we look forward to welcoming you next year.
So actually, he got it a little wrong. We're going to hold the conference in Gary, Indiana, which is a short drive from Chicago, but we needed to get him to do the video. No, seriously. We're going to be in Chicago next year, and the dates are, Paul? July 23rd to the 26th, and we hope to see all of you there. And again, that free cocktail, we have your names of who's here. You can hold me to that, I think. It is now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker for the morning, or I guess we're turning the corner to the afternoon. Hari Gopal is a 2007 graduate of the IB Diploma Program at Campbell High School. He's continued to pass along his lifelong love of learning by mentoring students at his alma mater, Georgia Tech, and also new hires at his current company. Hari makes an effort to stay in touch with friends from his IB program and also serves on the IB Alumni Council. The IB program has been a vital and defining point in his life. Please join me in welcoming Hari to the stage.